Yo, it is D at D Got Exotics here in the Southern California area, and today we will be discussing what type of earner are you? A lot of people are looking to make money with little to no money out of pocket, and you could do this with these methods that I'm going to be discussing here in this video. Me personally, I own and operate my own rental car agency, and what I do is I rent these cars out to DoorDash, Uber, Lyft drivers. And when you have the right concepts into place and you're able to repeat something and it works over and over again, you don't necessarily have to shoot the 3-point shots. You don't have to build a rocket and shoot it in the sky. And no, you just got to do something that works, something that's going to buy back your time. And I really want to discuss what type of earners there is, because you may be a person that isn't necessarily ready to go ahead and get active. You may have a job that you're comfortable with, but you do have some savings saved up. In the rental car industry, you do not have to own a car to make money. So let's get that out the way. A lot of people may be limited at funding, using their credit, buying a car, using upfront cash. Guess what? Now you can use somebody you know, friends and family method. What type of earner are you? Are you an active income earner? Are you a passive income earner? Do you just want to sit on your couch, eat popcorn, watch the money roll in? Obviously, that sounds nice, right? Or are you a hybrid earner? Are you somebody who is going to leverage somebody else's money, but also get active? I'm currently operating and managing a dozen vehicles that are fully booked. I do have a few personal cars that sit around and I get to drive them and, enjoy the fruits of my labor. But at the end of the day, we really have to understand that if you're looking to get started in the rental car industry, you're going to have to get active. The owner of Coca-Cola, the owner of whatever major storefront that you know of, they're not actively at these storefronts. You will never see them make a purchase or sale in that storefront, probably the remainder of your life. The owner of Walmart, the remainder of his life, he will probably never have to make a sale. He has people doing that for him. Now, did it start out like that? No. But you really have to understand is, what are you willing to take from yourself to give back? Meaning, are you willing to take certain risks? Are you willing to work with investors? And are you willing to manage all of these things? Or do you just want to make a quick buck? So you have an active income earner, you have a passive income earner, and you have a hybrid income earner. If you're not ready to take that risk, but you know somebody else has, and you could work off of their winning formula, hey, becoming an investor may just be right for you. If your credit is in great position, you do not have to come $0 out of pocket for anything. We can get 0% interest funding. We can liquidate that credit card, meaning turn that credit card to cash using a processing system to charge a percentage to have that card liquidated, and you can have that cash in your hand from a $50,000 credit card, from $100,000 in funding. But what are you going to do with that funding when you get it? How are you going to start making this money reoccurring? If you don't know, if you don't have the information, then it's harder to get active. But if you know somebody that has the information, we can get busy with that funding. With the rental car industry, let me give you just 3 quick ways to make money. So one, you could buy the car, obviously, $3,000 to $5,000 car, make a return on investment within 3 to 5 months, have a vehicle bringing in over $1,000 up to $1,600 a month, reoccurring. That's one car. Go ahead and factor 10 plus vehicles. That's something you could do for yourself. I've done it. I'm no different than you. The only thing that's stopping you is your limited thoughts. That's why I'm here, to make that shift. It first starts in the mind. If you're not ready to take your mind into the aspects that God's going to be putting you through throughout your business, if you're ready to just fold when things get tough, hey man, you may not be an active entrepreneur ready to really scale something. You may just be an entrepreneur who will much rather let somebody else take the risk. And if you lose a little bit of money or if you gain, good. Me, myself, I can't put somebody else in position to control my amount of revenue that I'm going to make. It gets serious. If you're really dedicated to changing your lives, only thing that's stopping you is from getting active, becoming an active income earner from what we can do. See, we may think we want to become an investor, but if we don't have the position to have good credit, if we haven't got our credit repair, if we haven't fixed our credit, got it to a high score to where we can go ahead and have low interest rates to where we can get into that house, to where we can get into that car. Me personally, I finance 4 vehicles up front to get into the rental car industry. And then I pull that cash that I earn Those first couple of months when I didn't have no payment because I got those vehicles with $0 down, everything was all profit. Oh, let me go ahead and get another cash car. Now this is when you start stacking up these cash cars, and eventually these cash cars pay off the negative equity that you may owe on these economy cars that may be financed. And now look, you have 4 finance auto loans that are paid off. Now, if you don't know, I'll go ahead and let you know, when you have an auto loan that's paid off, meaning if your car is financed from a bank, from a lender, from a lien holder, meaning that you're not the title holder, once you go ahead and pay off that vehicle, it doesn't matter if it's in an accident, it doesn't matter if it's, which is a lot of people's biggest fear. Say if a vehicle, a financed vehicle gets into an accident, it has gap on it, it has insurance, the individual who is operating had insurance, it's covered, it's paid off under your name. And guess what that does? Lenders see your credit score, your auto loan history. It's in different categories, but there's segments, there's levels to it. You can't just go from a $20,000 to $1 million car. They don't think you can manage that. But it's about, what are you going to do? Are you willing to get active, or are you just going to let this vehicle sit and take from you? I know this topic is titled How to Start Earning with Little to No Money Out of Pocket, but we really have to take into account, like I gave you 3 options. You can become a renter, you can get active, turn that working capital, and then invest into a vehicle. That's a hybrid. Now you mean business. That's my method. I just put you on free game. If you're really serious though, if you're just curious, I got this money, but I'd much rather go throw it on a burger, throw it on some new shoes that's gonna wear and tear and depreciate, and I'm gonna need a new pair, sometime down the line. Or I could put it into something that's gonna bring my return on investment back. Basically, we have to start looking like, what does this do for me? Basically, all I'm trying to get you to see is that there's multiple ways to make money in the rental car industry. There's literally no reason why you cannot go and post a Facebook listing of an economy car. It could be a car sitting outside your front door, and post car for rent. Set your price on it for the week. Offer your incentives, unlimited miles, insurance, no deposit required, debit card is okay, age requirement 18 plus, DoorDash, Uber, Lyft to make money. People are out there seeking for a vehicle right now, tired of taking the bus, tired of paying for Ubers daily. It's about understanding who you are, what you're willing to do to close that gap between where you want to be. Like I said, you could become a renter, you could become an investor, sit home, you liquidate your credit, you leverage them sitting cars, you use those investor relationships that you know of. Oh, Jimmy had about 10 cars over there. D, what you think we can get these cars busy? What's the split on this? You didn't have to do no strenuous labor. Now all of a sudden you got reoccurring revenue coming back. Now the hybrid a little bit different. I think the hybrid has the ambition to be a passive income earner, but also knows that to truly scale and hit that passive income number that he wants for himself, he has to get active. I don't know where you guys want to be, what your goals are, but me personally, it's bigger than me. I'm out here putting this free information into the lives of others because it's bigger than me. I take time out of my day to record this video, put you on different understandings on how to make money in the rental car industry because it's bigger than me. I'm letting you know how to leverage your credit, how to use investors, how to use friends and family, impact not just your life, but also their lives because it's bigger than me. Obviously, when you know something, you can't unknow it. When you have pieces of information, when you understand, when you see numbers, when you start giving yourself a raise like no one else has before, you can't unknow that. But it's really about promoting yourself as an individual. Are you willing to hire yourself? If you looked at yourself in the mirror like, yeah, he'd be a good fit. He's a good fit for this position. What are you willing to trade your life for? What are you willing to trade your life for? Everybody is at different starting points and at different positions and at different areas in their life. If you want to go ahead and buy back more time for your family, I think passive income is the way for you, my good friend. Starting the business from scratch may not be for you. Why? Now, why do I say that? Because somebody who's gone to work all throughout their life, I don't think they necessarily want to take the time when it gets close to their retirement and they're able to enjoy the fruits of their labor, the things that they've worked hard for. I mean, do they really want to take away from the time that they just earned for themselves over the years when they could be buying back their time, meaning investing into more and more cars or having the position to be able to leverage your credit? I don't think a lot of people are understanding what you could do with credit. Something that you don't necessarily have to trade time for. All you have to do is set up your credit properly, be responsible with what you have, and you could use OPM. You could use other people's money and you can pay that money back. This could be 0% interest to where you don't have to pay the full amount back within 12 months, 16 months. It's like, how bad do you want it? I'm not going to get too much into the credit game. That's down the line. I really just want to keep it here. How can you start making revenue today? What is the broker method? So say, hey, I know an individual who has their own rental facility. They have a fleet of vehicles, the exotics. Me personally, I specialize in economy vehicles. I do have a mid-tier luxury and, Mercedes-Benz and a Corvette C8. But when people come into town, they hit me up and they asking for cars by the airport in LA, San Diego. Well, I could go run all the way down there to San Diego, give them one of my cars, or I could leverage the broker method. Put money in somebody else's pocket, have a happy renter, and save my time with no money out of pocket, with no heavy overhead. There are rental companies around your area today that you could contact, ask for their broker list, show them, hey, I have a book of clients ready to rent your vehicles whenever they're in town. What is your wholesale price? Now, you don't just want the regular price that they're going to charge each client. You want to be able to get the wholesale price, tell your client, hey, I have this vehicle. Can you do maybe 300 more than what the company's asking for? Because you are, taking time out of your day to make this play go through as well. And then boom, you just made yourself an extra $100, $300. So you could either have an investor mindset, be the one to be willing to risk your capital for a return on your investment on a model that's working, or you can be an active income earner. Someone who's really to go out there, really put in the sweat, tears, really talk to clients daily, really be in tune with what you're doing. When you're not an active income earner, you lose sight of what's going on in that field, doing that thing. I don't mind being an active income earner, especially with me wanting to teach people and leverage this skill set, this high income skill set, because guess what? Hertz Enterprise, those aren't little pups. Those guys got facilities on every single corner around the states. So you guys think this information just doesn't work? What are you willing to invest your capital in? Find something that works and stick to it. That's if you're an active income earner. If you're really ready to get busy, if you're really ready to do the thing that most people won't, you are an active income earner. Now for my hybrids out there, for those that have the drive, who can do the active work, but they also know how to leverage partnerships, get in rooms with individuals who have like-minded goals and are willing to come together and invest in something and take something really to the next level. You do truly need a little bit of both. If it's not an investor, you're definitely going to have to understand how to leverage the bank's money. You're definitely going to have to understand how to fix your credit. You're going to have to understand how to invest into the things that are most beneficial for your business. So I say that to say, if you're looking to start making revenue with little to no money out of your pocket, really learn the information, gain a skill set to where you can become valuable in the lives of others for whatever the thing that you're providing. If somebody can come to you and keep you on the back of their mind, whenever it comes to this thing, I'm going to call this person. Oh, I'm good in that area. I got a hold of him. You now understand how to either use your revenue to put it into something that works and to bring reoccurring revenue into your life, meaning become an active income earner, or you can become an investor if you're somebody that has the working capital but hasn't necessarily taken the risk to really set the trajectory of how much you make per month to actually buy back your time and bring back your freedom and allow you to enjoy the things that are available in life and not just work day after day. You may be best off becoming an investor because you're already pretty busy for yourself. If you have the drive to combine both together and become a hybrid income earner, hey man, the rental car industry may just be for you. If you have the drive, hey man, people are waiting for you to get in gear. Now, why do I say that? People have sitting vehicles right now that they may be wondering how they can get out of that monthly payment. People have sitting vehicles right now that they may be wondering, like, what am I gonna do with this car? It just sits all day long collecting dust. If anything, it's a hassle. I always gotta move it around. People have an understanding that, hey, if I go ahead and work with this individual, I can start making a return on investment on my car. It comes down to you willing to get active and learn the business, and provide value in the lives of others to where you can start making revenue, money, $0 out of pocket. Now, if you're ready to get active and put together the groups of people, the friends and family, the investors that you know together to create a successful rental car agency, hey man, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't tell you I didn't teach you anything. Be sure to comment down below what you found most impactful throughout this video. And until then, until the next one, peace and love. I'll see you guys. I'm out.